Yo, what up, YouTube? Cutizzle Cali here, and today I'm going to talk about the TV series Heroes, which ran on NBC from 2006 to 2010. Um, Actually, I didn't watch the show Heroes when it was running on NBC, because I back then I didn't really have any desire to watch it, but then one day when I was on Netflix, I was just kind of bored, wanted to look for something to watch. Then the show Heroes was one of the featured videos. So then I started watching. Yeah, the first couple of episodes were kind of slow, but it gets really fast paced after that, and you get really addicted to it. So I watched the whole series, all 77 episodes. It took me 4 months to finish it up, and man, that was one hell of a series. Uh, I have to say, season one was for sure the best. A lot of people said season two and three were pretty whack, but I disagree with that. I mean, they weren't great like the first season was, but they weren't bad. And season four, the last season, I'd say for sure would be the second best season behind season one. My favorite characters would have to be Hiro Nakamura, played by Masi Oka. He was this guy from Japan who was a time traveler who could he could freeze time, he could go back in time, or he could go into the future. He had a very funny personality, a lot of funny lines throughout the series. That's why I liked him so much. And I remember before I watched the TV show Heroes, I went to high school with a guy who looked a lot like Hero, and people would always say, "Hey, look, it's the guy from Heroes." And another one of my favorites was Claire Bennett. I really liked her personality, her sense of humor. Very interesting character. Her power was she was invincible. Like she could not die unless her powers weren't working, which almost happened once. My third favorite character would probably be police officer Matt Parkman. He was a cop for the LAPD, then who discovered he had the power that he could read other people's minds. Then in the first season he ended up losing his job, and then later on he ended up working for the NYPD. He went from the LAPD to the NYPD. Now I thought this series was very professionally done. Tim Crean sure did a great job at creating all the plot, the characters, all the episodes. Very well done. And but there were a few things I didn't really like how with the series. I thought that was a little tacky how after Nikki Sanders died, they how Ali Larter still had a role, but then they came up with a new character who was also played by her. I can't remember what she was called, the one who could freeze things, but yeah, I thought that was a little tacky. I think they should have either just had her after Nikki died when the house blew up, like just ended Ali Larter's character, or never had Nikki die at that part. But as the show went on, after every season, they started to lose more and more viewers. After season one, they had a whole lot. Season two, they started a lot, but it went down. Season three, it went down more, and season four, it went down even more. Even though that was better than seasons two and three, but now, a lot of people did not like the way they concluded it. When at the last episode of Brave New World, when Claire climbed up that Ferris wheel thing at the carnival, jumped down and revealed to the world through those TV cameras that there's people out there who have superpowers. I understood that the creators knew that they could have been the last season. Like they saw a cancellation coming. But I thought that wasn't a bad way to conclude, even though they just left it hanging. And I also didn't like how they Samuel, antagonist of the last season, how he didn't die, he just ended up getting arrested. Like, they never really showed what happened to him, because he could have easily just broken out of jail. And I thought that was, I didn't really like how they made Siler all of a sudden become good at the end of this series, when he was the antagonist of like all 4 seasons. I mean, and like how they had Peter Petrelli, the one who ended up getting saving him after Matt Parkman uh, put him into a coma. Even though, as far as the plot went, that did make sense, like why he did that. But I mean, come on, that's the guy who he killed his brother. Then later he ends up saving him. That's kind of tacky to me. But yeah, Heroes was a huge success. I wish they would have made more episodes. I ended up buying a Heroes poster on eBay, which I hung up in my room, and it was a well done series. And that's it, folks. Subscribe to my new channel, and peace out.